So let's be honest. When I said that I was going to post once a week, you didn't believe me, did you? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is CJ Raymer and I write women's contemporary and supernatural suspense. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me today. And yeah, I know. I am really trying. So I apologize for the lighting. My circle light went out and it's been a busy day. So it is already getting dark outside. I'm looking forward to when we change time and it's lighter later. Thank you for everyone who watched my last video and commented. I appreciate it very much. And I do totally understand and get what you all are saying about kind of looking as though I'm all over the place with regard to taking the video and taking the channel in a direction where, you know, I'm not just focused on one thing. When I was talking about that we're more than just writers, I mean, I know you all get that you are more than just writers, and I know you all get that you are, and when I say just writers, I don't mean it like you're just a writer. You know that, okay? Come on, it's me. And I know that for a lot of authors, YouTube is part of their branding. And I mean, I get it because that's why I started the YouTube videos, was as, you know, to put information out there for writers and authors. And then, you know, I did a few videos on going gray and, you know, I might have talked about some other things here and there. I wasn't meaning to have a channel that is kind of all over the place as far as I'm cooking something one day and I'm doing something the other. I just meant that once in a while, you know, if I want to talk about something that's very pertinent, just to be able to be authentic and transparent. And I don't mean being super extra personal. That's not what I'm talking about. But I mean just, you know, being able to share things that I think might help others that might be struggling in certain areas. I also feel like there can be a lot of blending, you know. I know when I watch someone on YouTube who is able to blend their branding or who they are in with their overall life, I find it very refreshing. That's what I was meaning by all of that. And I may not have done a great job at articulating that. I just meant that I was going to bring you all along in my life. I think books and writing have a lot to do with life in general. Everybody loves books, but a lot of people think that writing is romantic. One of my girlfriends had a Galentine's party and it was fun. We just got together, a bunch of gals, and we sat around and we ate and we drank and we talked. And books, of course, came up in our conversation. My girlfriend mentioned that I was an author, and this kind woman that I had never met before, she said, "Oh, you're a writer? You're an author? That is so exciting." And I thought to myself, there are some aspects that are exciting, but it's not as romantic as what people make it out to be. And I did say that to her, you know, because writing is hard work. It's not easy. It's probably one of the most mentally difficult vocations that there is. It's very challenging. I was very appreciative, and I thought that was very sweet that she thought that. But yeah, No, reality is a lot different than perception. That's something I've had to teach my daughters over the years, that reality and perception are two completely different things. And people's perception of writers is totally different than the reality of what we do. I can be sitting here on the sofa and I appear to be daydreaming. And I am technically daydreaming, but my daydreaming has a purpose. There's a reason. I'm thinking through scenes. I am coming up with dialogue in my mind, and to anybody else, they might just think I am just wasting time, but I'm not. And the many showers that I take are so that I can be alone with my thoughts. There's something about taking a shower. I just love, if I'm stuck on a scene or something, I will immediately get up and go take a hot shower. I don't know why. I don't know if it's about the water just running down over me and I just kind of go into another place. But I'm able to think about so much, and I'm able to remedy situations with my dialogue or my plot or whatever when I'm in the shower. My husband, God bless him, he totally gets it. I'll tell him, I'll be sitting there working or thinking, and then I'll all of a sudden say, I've got to go take a shower. And he'll be like, okay. I am very fortunate that I have a husband that understands and gets me. After 35 years of marriage, you would hope that would be the case. But I have heard from many authors whose spouses or significant others are not as inclined to understand. And that hurts my heart. If you find that you are one of those that does not have an understanding significant other, know that you have us and we get it. And we will be your support in the meantime. You know, writing in general can be a very lonely place. It's a very isolating type of job. And we have to, on one end of the spectrum, we have to isolate ourselves. We have to say no to things sometimes when we would want to go and do. I know in my life there are people in my life that would love to have me just come and do things with them all the time. And I would love to do that, but I can't always do that. Writing is a sacrifice. We're going to sacrifice one or the other, and that's part of the job. But isn't that the truth in any job? We're always sacrificing something. We're sacrificing time with family and with friends in order to do our job. So we have to find that healthy balance. And as a writer, I think we're more inclined to isolationism than in other jobs. So we have to be very careful and mindful that we are giving ourselves the outings and the interpersonal communication that we need, because we could end up in a very low place. And I've been there before. And it's not nice. It's not fun. And I don't even know how I got onto that point. But I was talking about when you have somebody who's not as understanding of what you do. They're not regarding what you do. They're seeing it as a fruitless venture. And it's in those times that we have to dig deep within ourselves and believe enough in ourselves to know that one day they'll understand. Having said that, some people won't. Some people just won't get it. I'm not going to mention who this person is, But there is someone in my life who, when I was feverishly working on this draft that I have, my manuscript right now, my current work in progress. And she asked me how many words was it going to be, and I told her, I said, well, this is going to be close to a 90,000 word manuscript. It's the longest thing I've ever written, and it's the most intense thing I've ever written, and that's why it's been taking me so long. And she said, 90,000 words? Who has time to read 90,000 words? And I thought for a moment, you know, I could have doubted myself, but then I just stopped for a moment and I understood from where this was coming. And this is a person that will probably never understand what I do, never get what I do. This person rarely reads. So when somebody is saying something to you that could be taken in a very hurtful way, I want to encourage you to recognize from where it's coming. Is this a person that has earned the right to be heard in your life? Or is this a person who is just a negative individual in general? Because we all have those people in our lives who are just negative in general. And you just have to slough that off like dead skin and not take it personally. And know that there are many other people out there who believe in you and understand what you do. And then there are others who right now may not get it, but they will. When they see your commitment and they see your tireless effort and they see your passion, it's just a matter of time before they become passionate along with you, and they're rooting for you and they're believing in you. I had a situation happen a few months ago. Okay, now my first novel was published in 2019, okay? Right? Yeah. And my mother, who is an avid reader, it took her until 2020, the end of 2020, to read my novel. Now, you would have thought that your mother would have been one of the first to read your work. And my mother wasn't. And I don't mean that in a negative light in any means. My mother and I are very, very close. She's one of my best friends. But she just never seemed to get around to it. And then all of a sudden, she read it. And I remember, well, actually, I ended up buying it for her. And I gave it to her. And I kid you not, 2 days later, she called me up and she said, I just finished Wanderlusted and it was wonderful. And when are you coming out with the second one? Because I want to know about Tara. And then we proceeded to have this conversation for about, 45 minutes to an hour about my characters. It was so much fun because in this conversation, she was going through all the characters and their character development, and she was talking about how they grew and this and that, and she got it. It was that moment of it was like that light bulb moment for my mother. I don't know if it was because I'm her kid and she felt like she would have to like it, and so she kind of put herself off a while from reading it because she was afraid that If she didn't like it, she was going to have to tell me, and then it would hurt me and crush my spirit. She loved it. And it was a genuine thing, because my mom don't play around. She don't mince words. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. If she had read it and didn't like it, then she would find herself in a position of having to tell me that. But she got it. She got it. And she was so excited. This is how honest my mother is. I was telling her about my current work in progress. And it's a supernatural suspense. It's you know, and I'll get into that a little in another time with you guys. But and I offered her an ARC, an advanced reader copy of it. And she said, well, it's kind of not my thing. I'm more into women's contemporary and romance. She's just that honest. And then she says, but when you come out with terraforming, I want that one. I said all that to say, you're going to have people that believe in you from out the gate. And then you're going to have others that kind of take a more balanced approach, especially if you're new at writing, and you're doing something new, and they haven't known you to have that kind of passion for the art. And then you're going to have others that are just, no matter what you do, you're not going to make them happy. They're going to find something to be negative about. So you have to understand from where you're hearing these voices. What is the motivation behind these voices? And you have to recognize it, and you can't take everything to heart. You just can't. Kind of wanted to share a little bit about, what we go through as writers, as far as those people in our inner circle, and having those three types of individuals: the ones that believe in us immediately, the ones that take a more wait and see kind of approach, and those that no matter what we do are not going to validate us. And that's okay, because we don't need their validation. If you got something out of this, let me know. I'd love to hear your input in the comments. If there's anything you would like to hear from me, you can put that in the comments as well. I'm trying to take a little bit of a hiatus from social media. I am still quasi-active on Instagram, so you will find my Instagram link in the description. If you would like to check out Wonderlusted, it's available on Amazon. As always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me. And I'm looking forward to getting together with you guys soon. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of your evening, and I will see you later. Bye.